got the Vikings' sure-handed wide receiver. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Vikings.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense.
And right away, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
So excellent starting position here for the Vikings. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback. Following the fumble recovery. Boom. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And that's good for a gain of 6, and 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Messina. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
He's got the first down and more.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. On 1st and 10, Messina.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 12 carries, 57 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum.
And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
On 1st down, boom. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. Huffman. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down. Messina in trouble, and he's taken down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Booth. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Booth. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun. Booth. And his throw here is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. To throw again. Booth. And he completes it to Tompkins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Messina. And that's going to be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Booth. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Booth. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down. Booth. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. And the football going back to the Vikings offense. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. On 1st and 10. Booth. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they move the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
No problem there on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
Taken in at the 3. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Back to throw. Messina
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Take it in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they'll run on the draw. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On first down, Messina.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now they'll run on the draw. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Off play action. Messina. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now here's Ross.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board.
And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing on first down. Booth. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though. 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Booth letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
Take it in at the 3. So past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Booth. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
Finding room at midfield.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. On 1st and 10, Booth. And this is caught by Watkins.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Again, that's Watkins.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. But it's caught. Tompkins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Operating from the gun, Booth. This will be caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
To throw on second down, Booth. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
From the gun on third down. Booth got his man complete over the middle. It's McGee.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Looking to throw. Booth going deep here for Watkins. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Booth. And he rifles one incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
To throw on third down. Booth. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On first down, Booth. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
So they need 2 yards here on 3rd down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. Operating from the gun. Booth. No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Chicago offense set to get started. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Operating from the gun, Messina. Over the middle here to Brown. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for the Chicago Bears.
Back to throw. Messina under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. operating from the gun. Messina. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. Looking to throw on second down. Messina. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Bears on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Looking to throw. Messina. And that is incomplete.
A major part of that has been how they're taking their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain well behind.
I don't care who you are. 60 yards is a very ambitious attempt. Hard to make even in practice in the best of conditions. And now, worst of all, you give the other guys the ball to start their drive at midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. To throw on second down. Booth. Throwing right, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Back to throw. Booth. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. On 3rd down, Messina. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it.
He's going to pick up the first down and then some.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27.
Touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock.
He's got a man, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you got no shot then.
And he will find his man on the outside.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance.